Have you ever felt that quiet, nagging worry that something might be wrong with your kidneys? Even if your tests haven't shown anything alarming yet, most people ignore that feeling until the day their body sends a message they can't ignore. And here's the frightening truth: kidney decline doesn't shout, it whispers. Right up until it's almost too late. Every minute you wait, tiny toxins are accumulating, inflammation is quietly rising, and your kidneys, those two silent heroes, are fighting a battle you can't see. But you can feel it. The fatigue, the swelling, the pressure in your lower back, the sudden sensitivity to salt, the subtle changes in your urine. These small signs are often the first warnings of a much bigger problem, one that millions of Americans overlook until the damage becomes irreversible. But take a breath with me for a moment, because this is exactly why I'm here. I'm Dr. Johnny, and today I want to open a door most people never realize exists: a natural, accessible path to restoring kidney strength from the inside out. Not with expensive treatments, not with complicated routines, but with simple herbal drinks. Ingredients you can find in your kitchen, your grocery store, or even your backyard. And here's the hopeful part: when the right herbs meet the right science, your kidneys can begin to repair, flush toxins, reduce inflammation, and regain the power they were always meant to have. I've seen it happen in patients who felt hopeless. I've seen it happen in people who thought kidney decline was their new normal. And if you're here listening right now, there's a reason your body is asking for help, and nature has already prepared the answers. But before we dive in, let me warn you gently, yet honestly, one of the drinks I'm about to reveal is something almost no one expects. Yet it can transform your kidneys in ways that modern medicine is only beginning to understand. And it isn't number one. It isn't number two. It's further down the list, hidden in plain sight. And that's exactly why you need to stay with me. Because once you understand why it works, you'll never look at kidney health the same way again. And with that said, let's step into the world of healing your kidneys naturally, one sip at a time, starting with a drink most people mistake for a weed, but your kidneys recognize as relief. Now let's begin right where nature loves to hide its greatest secrets, in places we almost overlook. Imagine this: you step outside, see a bright yellow dandelion pushing through a crack in the sidewalk, and without thinking twice, you dismiss it as a stubborn weed. But what if I told you that same little flower holds one of the gentlest, yet most powerful kidney-supporting compounds on earth? I remember a patient of mine, her name was Marissa, who came into my clinic exhausted, swollen, and frustrated. She wasn't sick enough for medication, but she wasn't healthy enough to feel like herself. "I feel like my body is holding on to everything," she whispered. And she was right. Her kidneys were overloaded, struggling quietly. When I suggested something as simple as dandelion tea, she looked at me like I'd lost my mind. But 2 weeks later, she returned with lighter legs, clearer urine, and a glow she hadn't seen in months. Sometimes healing begins with the smallest, most unexpected choices. And here's why it works so well for her. Dandelion is a natural diuretic, scientifically shown to increase urine output and help the kidneys release excess sodium and water, two of the biggest contributors to swelling and hidden kidney strain. Research published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that dandelion leaf extract can significantly increase fluid elimination within just a few hours. That means your kidneys get immediate relief, like loosening a tight knot inside your body. But the magic doesn't stop there. Dandelion is packed with antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, tiny destructive molecules that slowly scar kidney tissue over time. When these antioxidants step in, they act like firefighters extinguishing inflammation before it becomes long-term damage. And if you've ever struggled with blood sugar spikes, dandelion also helps improve glucose regulation, which is critical because unstable blood sugar is one of the silent threats that weakens your kidneys day by day. And maybe the part people love most: it's comforting, warm, calming, a simple daily ritual that tells your kidneys, "I've got your back." So the next time you see that bright yellow bloom, don't think weed. Think kidney support disguised as a flower. But knowing the power of dandelion tea is only the first step, because what comes next targets inflammation on a deeper level, and most people don't even realize how badly they need it. And that's where our next herbal powerhouse enters: quiet, sharp, and unexpectedly healing. And if dandelion tea gently opens the door to kidney relief, nettle leaf tea steps right in with a quiet strength that surprises almost everyone. Most people only remember nettle for its sting, those sharp little hairs that leave your skin tingling if you brush against it. But here's the twist: inside that sting is one of nature's most nutrient-dense gifts to your kidneys. I'll never forget a man named Trevor, a long-haul driver who told me his biggest fear wasn't pain. It was the creeping numbness of kidney fatigue he felt after years of bad sleep, processed food, and sitting 12 hours a day. His blood pressure was rising, his legs were swelling, and he thought it was just aging, but it wasn't. His kidneys were sending distress signals. The surprising thing that turned his progress around wasn't a new medication, it was Nettle Tea, a simple cup he drank every morning in his truck. Within weeks, his swelling eased, his energy lifted, and his lab work showed a slow but steady improvement in kidney filtration. What happened wasn't magic, it was biology. Nettle leaf is naturally loaded with vitamins A, C, K, and several B vitamins along with calcium, magnesium, iron, and potassium. A mineral profile your kidneys absolutely love. These nutrients help your kidneys maintain healthy filtration pressure and support the intricate electrolyte balance your body depends on. A study published in the Journal of Herbal Pharmacotherapy found that nettle extracts reduce inflammatory markers in the kidneys, making it an essential ally for anyone dealing with chronic inflammation or early-stage kidney stress. And if you've ever struggled with water retention or the sluggish heaviness of fluid buildup, nettle acts as a natural diuretic, helping your kidneys release excess fluid without harsh chemicals. It's like giving your kidneys a deep breath room to reset, room to heal. But the real beauty of Nettle Tea is how quietly it works. No drama, no shock, just slow, steady repair layer by layer, supporting your kidneys the way a good friend supports you consistently without asking for anything in return. But only knowing this isn't enough, because the next threat to your kidneys attacks from the inside, and most people don't notice it until the damage has already begun. And that's exactly why our next herbal remedy matters more than you might think. Ginger tea, the warm, fiery root that calms the inflammation, silently attacking your kidneys. And if nettle leaf strengthens your kidneys from the outside in ginger steps, in like a warm wave of relief working from the inside out. Ginger isn't just a spice, it's one of the oldest healing roots in human history, and for your kidneys, it acts like a protective shield you can actually feel. There was a woman named Evelyn who came to me during one of the toughest seasons of her life. She was in her 50s, stressed, barely sleeping, eating whatever was fast and convenient. Her kidneys weren't failing, but they were exhausted. Her labs showed rising inflammation and early-stage filtration decline. She told me, "I feel like my body is inflamed from the inside." And she was right. The root of her symptoms was chronic inflammation, slowly wearing her kidneys down. I asked her to start drinking ginger tea every morning, not a pill, not a powder, just a simple warm cup. 3 weeks later, she sat across from me with a softness in her face I hadn't seen in months. Her bloating decreased, her urine clarity improved, and her inflammation markers began moving in the right direction. The science behind this is powerful. Ginger contains gingerols and chagalls, compounds proven to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest drivers of chronic kidney damage. In fact, research published in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine found that ginger significantly reduces inflammatory markers in the bloodstream, giving your kidneys the breathing room they desperately need to heal. But what makes ginger especially remarkable is its dual role. It not only calms inflammation, but it also boosts digestion and reduces nausea, easing the toxic load on your kidneys. When your digestion works smoothly, your kidneys don't have to overwork to filter out excess metabolic waste. It's a domino effect of healing one gentle cup at a time. And ginger tea feels like a ritual. It's grounding, warm, comforting in a way that reminds your body it's safe to heal. For many people, that alone becomes a turning point. But just understanding ginger's power isn't enough, because the next threat to your kidneys goes deeper, and it hides behind chronic inflammation that most people never even know they have. And that's exactly why the next herbal drink is considered a golden shield for kidney protection. Turmeric tea, the golden shield that protects your kidneys from silent inflammation. And if ginger soothes inflammation like a warm blanket, turmeric steps in like a golden shield, stronger, deeper, and far more protective than most people realize. Turmeric isn't just a spice you sprinkle on food. For your kidneys, it's a defense system wrapped inside a root powered by one of the most studied compounds in modern medicine, curcumin. I once had a patient named Dolores, a retired teacher who loved gardening but struggled with chronic inflammation for years. Her hands were swollen, her energy was low, and her kidneys were starting to show early warning signs. Nothing dramatic yet, but enough for her to feel something wasn't right. She told me, "I feel like my body is aging faster on the inside than on the outside." And she wasn't wrong. Inflammation was the invisible enemy, slowly wearing her organs down. I introduced her to turmeric tea. Not capsules, not extracts, just a simple daily brew with black pepper to boost absorption. A month later, she walked into my office smiling. The swelling in her hands had eased, her energy returned, and her kidney inflammation markers had noticeably improved. The science is impossible to ignore. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has been shown in multiple studies to reduce oxidative stress, lower inflammation, and protect kidney cells from long-term damage. Research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that patients with early kidney disease who consume curcumin experience measurable reductions in inflammatory markers and improved kidney function stability. This isn't just theory. This is hard data confirming what ancient medicine has known for thousands of years. And what makes turmeric tea so powerful for the kidneys is its versatility. You can enjoy it warm, blend it with ginger, or pair it with honey for a soothing, anti-inflammatory drink that works quietly but consistently. It doesn't just protect it, reinforces your kidneys, giving them a fighting chance against the daily wear and tear caused by stress, diet, and toxins. But here's the real secret: turmeric works best over time, building layer upon layer of protection. Most people underestimate how inflammation accumulates year after year until one day the kidneys simply can't keep up anymore. But knowing the power of turmeric is still not enough, because the next threat your kidneys face comes not from inflammation, but from tiny crystal formations that can turn into kidney stones before you even know they're there. And that's exactly why the next drink on this list matters more than most people realize. Lemon water, the citrus cleanser that dissolves kidney stress before it becomes something worse. And after turmeric builds its golden shield around your kidneys, lemon water enters the picture like a burst of clean, sharp sunlight cutting through hidden toxins long before they have the chance to harden into something dangerous. Most people see lemons as nothing more than a kitchen staple, something to squeeze on fish or add to iced tea. But for your kidneys, lemon water is a natural detox mechanism disguised as a refreshing drink. I remember a man named Carlos, mid-40s, active, disciplined, and surprisingly dealing with recurring kidney stones. He told me, "I drink plenty of water, so why does this keep happening to me?" And that's when the truth hit him. It wasn't the amount of water. It was the type of water. Plain water keeps you hydrated, but lemon water changes the chemistry of your kidneys in a way that stops crystals from ever forming in the first place. Here's the science that shocked him. Lemons contain high levels of citric acid, and citric acid binds to calcium, one of the main building blocks of kidney stones. When citric acid meets calcium, it prevents those tiny crystals from sticking together. Studies published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology show that increasing daily citrate intake can reduce the risk of stone formation by more than 40%. That's not a small difference, that's a life-changing one. But the benefits go even deeper. Lemon water is rich in vitamin C, one of the strongest antioxidants for protecting kidney tissue from oxidative stress, the slow internal rusting that weakens filtration over time. And for people who struggle with sluggish mornings or water retention, lemon water acts like a gentle morning wake-up call to your kidneys, encouraging them to flush excess sodium and waste more efficiently. And let's be honest, lemon water is also one of the easiest habits to maintain. It's cheap, it's refreshing, it's available everywhere. And it becomes a daily ritual that signals to your kidneys, let's start fresh today. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think lemon water is just a hydration booster. In reality, it's a frontline defender against stone formation, inflammation, and early kidney decline. It doesn't just hydrate, it protects in ways most drinks never will. But knowing this is still not enough, because the next threat to your kidneys doesn't come from crystals. It comes from bacteria, and it can creep into your system without a single warning sign, which is why the next drink on our list has saved more kidneys than most people will ever realize. Cranberry juice, the silent defender that stops kidney infections before they even begin. And if lemon water shields your kidneys from stone formation, cranberry juice steps in as a silent defender, protecting your entire urinary system from the one enemy that can damage your kidneys faster than almost anything else: bacterial infection. Most people think UTIs are just an inconvenience, something that comes and goes. But what they don't realize is this: a single untreated UTI can climb upward, reach your kidneys, and spark inflammation strong enough to scar them for life. I once worked with a young nurse named Hannah, ironically someone who cared for others so much, she kept ignoring her own constant urinary infections. She brushed them off as stress, long shifts, not enough water, the usual excuses. Until one day she woke up with fever chills and that sharp pain in her lower back that felt like her kidneys were burning from the inside, as she described it. That infection could have led to permanent damage, but cranberry juice helped her recover and prevent recurrence in a way medications alone couldn't. Here's the fascinating part. Cranberry juice isn't powerful because it kills bacteria. It's powerful because it blocks bacteria from sticking to the walls of the urinary tract. The compounds responsible are called proanthocyanidins, and research from the Journal of Urology shows that they can reduce bacterial adhesion by up to 70%. When bacteria can't stick, they can't multiply. When they can't multiply, they can't infect. And when they can't infect, they can't reach your kidneys. Cranberry juice also delivers a strong dose of antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the urinary tract. For people who experience recurrent UTIs, mild bladder irritation, or cloudy urine, a daily serving of unsweetened cranberry juice can create a protective barrier that medications often fail to maintain long-term. And what surprises most people is how quickly it works. Some feel relief within hours. Others notice clearer urine and less discomfort within days. It's simple, it's safe, and it's one of the few natural drinks with strong clinical evidence backing its kidney protective properties. But here's the catch: only pure, unsweetened cranberry juice actually helps. The sugary supermarket blends do the opposite, feeding bacteria instead of blocking them. The right choice matters. But knowing this still isn't enough, because the next danger isn't infection. It's something far more silent: poor circulation. And when blood flow weakens, your kidneys are the very first organs to pay the price. Which is why our next drink is a dark red powerhouse your kidneys desperately need. Beetroot Juice, the deep red fuel that restores the blood flow your kidneys are starving for. And if cranberry juice protects your urinary tract from infection, beetroot juice steps in to fix something far more invisible but far more dangerous to poor circulation. Most people don't realize this, but your kidneys receive 20% of your total blood flow every single minute. When circulation weakens, your kidneys are like engines running on low fuel. They struggle, slow down, and eventually begin to fail. I once treated a man named Gerald, a 62-year-old former athlete, who suddenly found himself exhausted, foggy, and dealing with creeping high blood pressure. He told me, "I feel like my body is slowing down from the inside." And he was right. His blood vessels were tightening, reducing blood supply to his kidneys. Without proper blood flow, even healthy kidneys can't filter. That's when we introduced beetroot juice, a drink he nearly refused because of its earthy taste. But within 3 weeks, he felt a shift he couldn't ignore. His blood pressure dropped. His morning energy stabilized. His lab work showed improved kidney filtration, and it all pointed to one thing: restored circulation. Here's the science behind it. Beetroot is packed with natural nitrates, compounds that convert into nitric oxide in your body, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels, improves blood flow, and lowers blood pressure. A study in the Hypertension Journal found that beetroot juice can reduce systolic blood pressure by up to 8 points within hours. When your blood flows smoothly, your kidneys can do their job with ease. And beetroot doesn't stop there. Its powerful antioxidants, especially betalains, the pigments that give beets their deep red color, help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the kidneys. Plus, its high fiber content supports digestion, lowering the toxic load that your kidneys would otherwise have to process. Yes, the taste is unique. Yes, it takes some getting used to. But when your kidneys finally feel that improved blood flow, most people say it's worth every sip. But even this knowledge isn't enough, because improved blood flow alone won't save your kidneys. If they're constantly overloaded with toxins, your body can't get rid of fast enough, which is why the next drink on our list is so shocking. It comes from a humble herb almost everyone ignores, yet it cleanses the kidneys more aggressively than most people can imagine. Parsley Juice, the unexpected green cleanser that flushes kidney toxins faster than you think. And after beetroot restores the blood flow, your kidneys have been silently craving parsley juice, arrives with a completely different kind of power. One so underestimated that most people don't realize it can transform how efficiently their kidneys flush out toxins. Parsley isn't fancy. It isn't exotic. It isn't sold in luxury health stores. It sits quietly on your dinner plate, often pushed aside as just a garnish. But for your kidneys, parsley is a cleansing force unlike anything else on this list. I once met a woman named Janice, a busy mother of 3, who had constant bloating puffy eyes and urine that looked darker than it should, as she described it. Her labs didn't show kidney failure, but her symptoms screamed overload. She told me, "I feel heavy and swollen all the time," and that heaviness was a sign her kidneys were struggling to remove excess fluid and toxins. Instead of giving her complicated supplements or expensive detox kits, I asked her to try something simple, fresh parsley juice mixed with cucumber and a slice of apple. In just 1 week, her swelling reduced. By the end of the month, she felt lighter, clearer, and more energized than she had in years. The secret lies in parsley's natural compounds. Parsley is rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, and powerful antioxidants that help protect kidney tissue from oxidative damage. But the real magic is its role as a natural diuretic. It increases urine output, helping the kidneys flush out waste more efficiently. A study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology showed that parsley extract significantly boosts urinary volume and helps clear toxins from the urinary tract. For people dealing with fluid retention, mild swelling, or that uncomfortable heavy kidney feeling, parsley juice works like a gentle internal rinse, helping your kidneys offload the excess waste they've been carrying. Its flavor is strong, but its results are stronger. And when you mix it with cooling ingredients like mint or cucumber, it becomes surprisingly refreshing. But here's the part most people overlook. Parsley doesn't just cleanse your kidneys, it gives them a break, a moment to breathe, a chance to reset, and sometimes that's all your kidneys truly need. But knowing this still isn't enough, because your kidneys aren't just filters, they're guardians. And one of the greatest threats to their long-term health is something far more common, subtle, and often ignored until it's too late. Which leads us straight to the next drink, one that has protected millions of kidneys across the world with nothing but its natural antioxidants. Green tea, the ancient antioxidant armor that shields your kidneys from silent cellular damage. And if parsley juice clears out the toxins, your kidneys have been quietly battling, green tea steps in to protect them from the deeper, slower kind of harm, the kind that builds up over years and becomes the foundation of chronic kidney decline. Green tea isn't just a drink, it's a ritual that civilizations have trusted for centuries. And for your kidneys, it acts like an antioxidant armor layered with protection that modern science finally understands. I remember a patient named Leonard, a soft-spoken accountant who lived on stress and caffeine. He drank sugary coffees all day, believing they kept him productive, but his kidneys were paying the price. His blood pressure was creeping upward, his energy was plummeting, and oxidative stress markers were rising. When I suggested replacing just one sugary drink with green tea each day, he looked skeptical. "How much difference can 1 cup make?" he asked. But within weeks, he felt a shift: clearer focus, smoother digestion, better sleep, and a calm energy he hadn't felt in years. His kidneys responded too. His inflammation levels dropped, and his filtration rate stabilized. That wasn't luck. That was catechins, the powerful antioxidants in green tea, doing exactly what they're designed to do. Here's the science: green tea is rich in EGCG, epigallocatechin, galeta compound proven to reduce oxidative stress, the slow, silent process that damages kidney cells long before symptoms ever appear. Studies published in the Journal of Medicinal Foods show that EGCG can significantly lower inflammation and protect kidney tissue from long-term deterioration. That's why populations with high green tea consumption consistently show lower rates of kidney disease. But what makes green tea especially valuable is its ability to provide a gentle diuretic effect, helping your kidneys flush out toxins without stripping your body of essential minerals. It also reduces cravings for sugary drinks, one of the biggest hidden contributors to kidney strain in modern diets. Green tea isn't loud, flashy, or dramatic. It's steady, consistent, the kind of support your kidneys thrive on day after day, cup after cup. Yet even with all its antioxidant power, there's a limit to what green tea alone can do. Because while antioxidants protect your kidneys, they still need help dissolving deeper mineral buildup that can harden into stones or trigger painful blockages. And that's exactly why the final drink on this list is considered the ultimate kidney cleansing formula, stronger, more targeted, and more transformative than anything we've discussed so far. You won't want to miss this last one. Kidney Cleansing Herbal Tea Blend, the ultimate detox formula that resets your kidneys from the inside out. And if green tea wraps your kidneys in antioxidant armor, the final drink on our list takes protection to an entirely different level. This is the one I reserve for patients who need real change, deep targeted cleansing that reaches where ordinary teas simply can't. I'm talking about a kidney cleansing herbal blend, a carefully balanced combination of roots and herbs used for generations to dissolve stones, soothe inflammation, and restore kidney clarity before silent damage becomes irreversible. I once treated a retired firefighter named Marcus Strong, disciplined but worn down by decades of dehydration, smoke exposure, and high-stress living. His kidneys weren't failing yet, but they were heading in the wrong direction, rising creatinine, recurring stone formation, and that constant dull ache in his lower back. He'd tried everything, water flushes, medications, diet changes, but nothing truly helped. That's when we switched to a targeted herbal kidney blend. The transformation was undeniable. Within weeks, his urine clarity improved, his discomfort eased, his lab numbers steadied, and more importantly, he felt hope again. Here's why this blend works so powerfully. It combines hydrangea root, marshmallow root, and gravel root, each contributing a unique layer of kidney support. Hydrangea root helps dissolve calcium crystals before they become full stones. It softens sharp edges, making stones easier and safer to pass. Marshmallow root coats the urinary tract with a soothing, natural mucilage, easing irritation and reducing inflammation like a protective cushion around stressed tissues. Gravel root, long used in traditional medicine, supports the flushing of excess minerals and prevents microcrystals from binding together. Together, these herbs form a trio that cleanses, protects, and resets the kidneys in ways a single ingredient simply can't. Research published in herbal pharmacology journals shows that multi-herb blends consistently outperform individual herbs in reducing urinary inflammation, improving flow, and preventing stone formation. And here's the part most people love. This blend doesn't shock the body, it guides it. It supports your kidneys the way a skilled mechanic tunes a tired engine, restoring functionality without adding stress. With daily use, many people describe it as a kidney reset button, giving their urinary system the chance to detox deeply and naturally. But even with all this powerful support, there's still one more thing you need to understand, because cleansing is only half the journey. Protecting your kidneys long-term requires something even more important: the habits, rituals, and daily choices that determine whether your kidneys stay healthy for years or slowly decline without warning. And that's exactly why the final message of this video is something you absolutely shouldn't miss. Because what comes next could be the difference between thriving kidneys and one silently heading toward trouble. You know, as we reach the end of this journey together, I want you to remember something deeply important. Your kidneys are stronger than you think. Even if you've been tired, swollen, or worried about your numbers, even if you've ignored the signs for years, today you took a step toward healing, and that alone is powerful. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen when you give your body the support, the patience, and the care it deserves. And if this video helped you understand your kidneys even a little better, I want you to do something simple. Save this video so you can come back to these herbal remedies whenever you need them. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I share practical science-backed kidney tips every week, and I don't want you to miss the information that could protect your health long-term. If you turn on notifications, you'll always know when a new life-changing lesson is posted. But above all, hold on to this. Your kidneys aren't just filters. They're warriors quietly fighting for you every single day. And when you give them even a little attention, a little nourishment, a little kindness, they respond with strength, resilience, and healing you can truly feel. You are not alone in this. I'm here with you, cheering for your progress, guiding you step by step. So here's to clearer mornings, healthier kidneys, and a future filled with energy and confidence. You have more control over your health than you realize, and your healing starts right now.